We're more than 3 weeks into 2025, and while many people put a focus on health and wellness in the new year, our legal expert, Danielle Mayoris, suggests looking at the health of your estate. Danielle, thanks a lot for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So the number one thing is do your estate planning, right? That's
Yes.
what I always hear.
Yes, please do your estate planning. If you didn't do it last year or the year before because you were busy with kids, work, whatever it is, now is the time. No time like the present.
Yeah, that's right. You can't put it off too long. So how do you start this off? Is it about creating an inventory and things?
I think it's a great idea to have an inventory when you meet with the attorney, but even after you meet with the attorney, keep that up to date. So not only your financial assets that you may have in life insurance, but in inventory also the professionals you work with, your estate planning attorney, the financial advisor, CPA, and really think about if something happened to you tomorrow, would your loved ones know where to go and what to do?
Yeah, always a good question to ask yourself. Now, one of the things I feel we're inundated with is like documents these days. I mean, right now we're coming up to tax season. I'm getting documents online. I'm getting documents mailed to me. How do we properly keep track of all these documents, and where do we properly store them?
The key is to store it somewhere safe and secure. One of the things I like to advise people to do is to use a fireproof box. It can be at home or a safe deposit box in a financial institution. But you have to make sure your loved ones can access it. Do they know where it's located? Do they have the combination to get into it so they can see that inventory and actually not go on a scavenger hunt?
What about keeping it in your fridge?
It happens. You know, the fridge is fireproof. You could do that, but if you're going to do that, tell your loved ones or whoever you want to know that it's there to look under the peas or the ice cream and find the estate planning.
Well, that's the first place my loved ones would go would be the fridge, so it'd be easy to find. So how important is it to review your planning? And what steps do you take when you start a review?
I think it's really important to review it every year. It's cold outside. Take those documents out. You're inside anyways. And the reason we want to do that, besides the laws changing, is we have life events. It could be births or deaths or marriage, divorce, starting a new business. These are all times when we might have to update our documents.
And one of the important things is to check the title of your assets. What exactly does that mean? When you say check the title, to me it seems like when you buy a property or something, your name's actually on that title. Is that what that means simply?
Well, it's really interesting because one of the things I do that inventory when clients or potential clients come in. I'm asking them how their assets are titled, who they have as beneficiary designations on their life insurance. And a lot of times they're like, I have no idea. I don't know if it's in my trust, because if we do a trust, we want to make sure to transfer our assets into the trust and have that titled that way. And a lot of times, you know, they have no idea. So it's important to review those. Maybe you have a loved one as a beneficiary on life insurance and they've passed away, or you changed your mind. So take all those things out, really review beneficiary designations as well as the ownership to make sure it's how you want it.
So what I'm hearing from all this as well is it's important to talk to your loved ones or whomever you put on the title. You shouldn't just designate them and not let them know.
I think that's a good idea for sure. Just like you don't want to appoint a guardian for your child and not talk to that person. That's a huge responsibility. Same thing with the trustee, anyone else you designate. They also have to know your medical wishes. What do you want for termination of life support? It's not just about finances. And hopefully motivate your loved ones too, because you're on top of your estate planning. So talk with them, make sure they've done the same thing and they're protected as well.
Estate planning, a very important thing. A lot of people tend to overlook, unfortunately, right?
Yes, they do. Easy to procrastinate, but super important to get done.
Yeah, well, we're glad you dropped by today, Danielle. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you, Chris.